Hey, how you guys doing?
All right.
All right, good, good, good. My name is Xavier Lamar.
My name is Dorian Withrow, and I want to get to know you guys a little bit. So I don't know who wants to go first, but tell me a little bit about yourselves.
I'll start.
I'll
I'll
go.
intro.
Oh,
Go ahead. I was just going to say, so I'm one of the instructors with Detroit Creativity Project. And over the last 3 years, nearly 3 years, I've been working with both Faith and Jewel. But we'd like to donate or give as much time possible to Faith and Jewel's journey. So please, I didn't mean to interrupt, Faith. Go ahead.
it's all right. Hello guys. My name is Faith Jones. I'm a part of the Detroit Creativity Project. I've worked mostly aside with Kelly and Quentin and Beth and Jules. So this is like I'm so nervous right now, but this is such a good journey. And yeah.
Hello, my name is Joel Jordan. Also work in the creativity project with Faith and Kelly and Quentin, and it's been a good journey. Yeah.
Faith, what is your role within the project? Like, what do you do?
So me and Jewel kind of have like the same role.
Okay.
So me and her, we work together. We initiate things like, leadership roles and things of that nature. So it's kind of taking Kelly and Quentin out the equation. Like they're in the equation, but they're like stepping aside as leaders, and we're kind of taking the role and like teaching improv and telling other people about improv and our knowledge as the youth, because it's a different perspective from our perspective.
How did you two kind of get to this point?
So it started, I think, during quarantine or before quarantine. So my freshman year, it like I guess their program or something was at our school, and we did improv classes with them, but I did not like their improv classes at all. It was not bad or anything, but I just didn't like improv at the time. I didn't like thinking on the spot or playing icebreakers. So it really got me out of my comfort zone. And then COVID hit, and then my teacher was like, do you and Jewel want to be a part of this like improv thing? Is really good. I think you guys will be good for it. So after that, me and Jewel were just doing a lot of different programs, like with Detroit Creativity Project. And that's how I got started. I know like we haven't been in all the same exact programs, but mostly, yeah.
So, Jules, you have anything to add? Yeah, what do you
Yeah.
do, and how did you get started with Faith and Jules?
Mm, um, yeah, it did start before quarantine in the freshman year when they came to our school and everything. And then when quarantine hit, like everything stopped and everything, and we had to go online. And I didn't expect for them to come for us online and everything because I thought it would be awkward if that happened, but it turned out to be really beneficial because it's a lot you can do on screen than in person a little bit, but it's like if you put it in perspective, but it's like either way they came to us, even with everything that was happening, and I just felt like I should be a part of it and everything, and it worked out really fine, and I've had such a good journey with it so far.
All right, nice. So, like, when you're doing these sessions, like, what is it like the typical day to day with handling the improv and doing what you got to do?
It's meeting like new people and then like making them comfortable with showing your comfortability through improv, and it's like introducing improv too, and what do we do on a daily basis? We just kind of like get like comfortable, and we we kind of like push out creativity out into the world with different people that I guess like that you wouldn't know and everything. And it's like I can't find the words for it. Faith, could you
Okay.
help
All right.
me?
Yeah, I can help you. So, on a day-to-day basis, so it's a lot of planning and groundwork before we meet these new people. So, like, you can't just choose like super hard games, especially if it's a 40-minute time frame. So we often like plan out, hey, this is the game that we think would be a good icebreaker. This is the game that we think like, that would get people out of their comfort zone because people are naturally like weird around each other, especially in a new environment. And it's a lot of people like, I don't want to be here. Sometimes they really don't want to be here. And you can't please everyone, but we do try to like get them out of that shell. So that's what it really consists of. And it's a lot of nerves for me and Jewel. I don't know about Quentin, but it's a lot of nerves, especially for me, because people might not like new things. Sometimes we reject new things. So yeah, that's mostly what we do.
And I want to actually touch upon that because I used to be someone who was quiet, very introverted. So I want to know how, like, what techniques you guys like do like to get kids like out of their shells.
Um, well, Jewel, do you want to go? Because I've been yapping at the mouth.
Sure. To get them out of their shell, we kind of like we go first to show them that you could be comfortable anywhere, and like to kind of like put
Lead
that
by example.
comfort out. Yeah, to be an example for them. And to say like whatever you do, like anything embarrassing you might do is like among us and everything. And no one is judging you and everything, and it's okay to be like that. And it takes time. Yeah, it takes time. In a lot of games we play games that kind of introduces us first before just like doing like movement stuff and everything before it happens. And I feel like the most thing that kind of gets them out of the shell is like they want to have fun too. They just don't want to be like the person just standing there and not contributing to the group. So it's kind of like the odd one out a little bit. Like you gotta, it's like they want to contribute to it, and it kind of pushes like, let's have fun too. Like I don't want to be the one that's standing here and that's like not showing like showing their efforts into the group, and the one that's just nervous and everything. And so I feel like that pushes them into breaking out of their shell and everything.
Yeah, I agree with Jewel. It's kind of like, how everybody is on the sidelines at a school dance and it's just that one person dancing in the dance floor and it's so awkward. A lot of people don't want to be that one person. So I think getting people out of their shell consists of doing a lot of introspection and also like being relatable. People love relatable people. People love to laugh. That's the easiest way to like get to people. People love be like, oh, I do that too, because they feel understood. So it's also about just kind of being open. And if they don't accept it, then they're vegetables and they're not going to accept it, and that's fine. Like it's sometimes you lose and sometimes you win, and that's kind of the hardest thing that you have to learn about it. So yeah.
So Quentin, did I say that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like, what is your part in helping them, achieve their, status up until this point?
All right. So when they talked about us coming in to work with them with their program, the arts are usually the first one that are taken away. So when they talk about icebreaker games and playing improv games that incorporate a larger amount of people, we get to see kind of who has the personality that wants to step forward and participate right off the bat and who might be hesitant. And then we had the pandemic. So when they talk about getting together and being online, it's funny, it's amazing to hear their story about those wallflowers, because I think they both were at first. And then without them even realizing it, they got me through almost a year and a half, because I would look forward to being online with them, because they started to get a little more comfortable with their characters and realizing that whatever games, whatever improv structure we hinted at, there were no wrong answers because they were their answers. And then just watching them come together and realizing that they knew each other beforehand, so they have that relationship. And then suddenly they're starting to tell stories that I would literally just have to mute myself and go off camera so they didn't see how much I was enjoying it, right? So to hear them now talk about that, what they look for and what they're trying to help other students their same age accomplish, that's really what it's all about. But we just try to give them a voice and let them know that, somewhere deep down there, you have an opinion about something, and it's okay to say that. And with improv, whatever you say, I'm going to respond with a positive, a yes and. I'm going to grab whatever you say. And slowly, you start to see that wallflower want to be in almost every game and want to lead workshops, with both of our friends now are doing and doing very well at it. So that's what it's all about. Even when I was on stage as a performer, I always found the time to teach. And I would say, my job is to make you replace me. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. No one wants to hear from an old head anymore. They want to hear from someone their own age, and they do so well at it. That's why I'm still here, just because I feel a little bit of pride. So
Thank you.
hopefully that answers that.
Yeah.
Great.
And we actually have we haven't done like improv work or something. I haven't done improv since the middle school. But some of the stuff that we're doing down here, up here in Buffalo, I don't know if you guys heard about Breaking Barriers Buffalo. Yep. All right. So basically, we are a program with young men of color ages 12 to 24, and we try to engage them in lessons, and we try to do what you guys are doing, basically try to get them out of their shell. I myself, as I said before, was one of the children that they were able to break out of their shell and just speak up for myself, talk about the passion I have, and I'll let Dorian talk about some of the experience he has. But we've been in a program for going on 4 years now, and we have done a lot of work with the community, with our policy engagement, trying to change the policy within our education system, and also being that networking opportunity for boys and young men of color. But I'm going to let Dorian take off and just talk about some of the stuff that he has been a part of and engaged of.
All right, so we run the Breaking Barriers podcast as part of our engagement with community. We also have Above Central City podcast. And so on those two podcasts, we work on changing the narrative and also giving a perspective of young people on certain issues. In the Buff City Central podcast, on the Breaking Barriers podcast, we get together and interview a lot of people, amazing people like yourselves. And I've had a great time on Breaking Barriers. We do social justice training. I did that last year, and Xavier, he's doing it now. And You can talk a little bit about social
Yeah.
justice training. Like, what have you been doing with that?
Yeah, so with the social justice training, we try to engage like really young youth, and we're talking about youth in middle school about social justice issues, things that are going on within their community, having them understand the difference between equality and equity, because equality is just having same opportunities, equity is having the actual like materials that you need to succeed. And so we want them to understand those two differences while also understanding that they have a voice. Their voices are powerful. And so we want to make sure they can become advocates for the things they want to see changed in their community, but also things that they want to have better for themselves, because you got to be an advocate for yourself in this world. And I feel like the work that we're both doing goes a long way. And what Dorian mentioned before, the Buff City Central podcast, that's where we really want to try and engage the youth, because there are things that are going on in this world that needs to be talked about. And we talk about things that youth I would say adults think that the youth don't care about, but we actually do. We just literally had a podcast a couple months ago about the Russia and Ukrainian crisis going on. So we wanted to engage that conversation and had that combo about, oh no, is this going to be World War III? Oh no. But it's just stuff that kids that just need to understand. We also talk about relationships. We also talk about community violence. And so I think our outlet really provides that youth engagement that we really need. And something I feel like you guys are doing a great job of as well.
Yeah, thank you. That's proud work. You should both be very proud of that. That's excellent. Yeah, give as many voices an opportunity to speak as you can. I'm gonna look forward to listening to both of those podcasts. Well done.
Thank you.
You guys work with advocacy. That element is in there with your project, right?
It is, yeah.
Can you
very
tell us
much
how it's
so.
combined and how you fit it in?
Yeah, so not just in schools, but we do some after school programs. And believe it or not, we're in the works right now to work with the city of Detroit's police force to maybe train some of those officers and dealing with de-escalating and some of those social justice categories that you were just referring to. So it's a broad reach. We talk about improv, like it's not just theater games. It's just being open to responding and active listening. And I think with our program, with our youth involved as well, that's why it's so important, is because every youth that you speak with, they have a story, they have a history, they have their own reference points that they're bringing into it. And you can learn so much just in, a 15-minute conversation with your neighbor, with your friend, with your peers, your classmates. So that's what we do. I mean, especially since the last 2 years, I think I would recommend everyone from the president down to the lowest, the lowest person that picks up leaves on a Saturday. Improv could benefit anyone. And basically it's just letting you listen and respond, and just trying not to be so negative about it. No one wants to be told no about their idea or their statement. It's almost just that yes saying. It's like, oh yeah, and then we could also do this. You're just accepting, and before you know it, that reflects your home, your work, your relationships, your friendships, and you see the world in a different place for sure. And these two are a perfect example of what we're trying to do, and now the baton's been passed. So it's a lot of fun, and I look forward to it. It's big. It's big. I'm a big advocate for letting youth see and hear from people that represent their own community. There's only so far that my words can be received and appreciated as a 47-year-old Mexican American, right? If you have people of color saying this to other people of color, it hits more, it hits deeper. And I'm very excited. I'm very proud of our program and these two ladies that are part of it.
I got to get this out before we wrap up. So, The Mind on Netflix. Was it solely you, or were the girls involved? What's up with that?
Well, I'll be honest. So I week after week, I would tell you about these recorded sessions we would do on Zoom, and I would pass them up to our superiors, and Beth was there for that. So you have to look at this. These two together, call Jordan Peele, do what we have to do, but these two together, there's just something that is there. And then from that, the offer came through, and then I'll pass it along to them because I was not part of it. Okay, so you two were.
Either of you can go. I want to hear it.
Okay, so with the Mind Explain, when I like first heard of the opportunity, my teacher messaged me, and when I first heard of it, I actually was going to pass because I know, because at the time I just was like, oh no, I don't think I can do that. I don't know. And but now that I'm thinking back, it was like, girl, you crazy. But it was a very great experience. Like it was really nerve-wracking, but in the best way. And you learn like how production goes. Like if you look at everything and you look at everything in detail, you learn how the production goes. And it was really about like being honest about improv because it's going to be ugly sides of certain things and it's going to be good sides of certain things. And it was so nice like doing it like over the Zoom thing too, because like we were at our school and then it was some camera crew, but they were asking us questions on Zoom, so that eased my nerves because I was like, okay, they're not in person, it's fine. But I think the hardest part was watching myself back because I didn't fully watch the episode still. I haven't fully watched the episode. I haven't watched the episode still, and I don't tell anyone about it. And I know I should be very proud, and I am. And I swear I will tell people about it. But yeah, that experience, it was amazing. And I definitely I want to do it again. Like I don't know, Hulu, whatever, hire me, please. But I want to do it again. And it was amazing, honestly.
For me, when I got the message, I thought it was like a open opportunity for anyone to do, and I was like, no way I'm gonna get this. So I thought about passing it up to like not deal with the rejection, and and when I did it, and I messaged Faith to see if she got it too, and she did, and I felt a little bit more comfortable since I knew someone else who was in it too, and it seemed that they wanted both of us, and so it was really nice to do it with Faith and everything. At first I was really panicking and everything. I was like writing down things I should talk about, but I kind of balled up that list because that's not kind of what improv is about. It's about thinking about what's on the mind and just unleashing like not who you want to be on the camera, but like who you are. And that was very challenging, but it turned out really nice. And it was really funny. And I think when me and Faith did one of the things, even the cameraman laughed, and that's that was really funny, and it was a fun experience, and I enjoyed it overall. I watched the episode a lot actually, and my mom, she's a big advocate for it, and she keeps talking about it to everyone, and I feel that she's very proud of me, and I just feel very happy to make people proud and to like be myself and to have that kind of like success.
Well, I'm proud of you too. I'm talking to two actors. I didn't think I'd be doing that. It's a privilege. Today. So I think it would be great if we did some work together. You guys, us with Breaking Barriers. I would love that. So I think Javon can send some emails out, contact you guys, contact Quentin, and we can talk about getting together on some Zoom meetings and discuss some things we can do together. But like, I'm really proud of you guys. Quentin, I think you did an awesome job helping them mold themselves. And I think you guys should really take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way. And
Absolutely.
some things might be scary, but really look at it as an opportunity to excel in whatever you want to do in the future. Right.
All
So-
things are going to
Here.
happen for a reason.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up. We are breaking barriers, and this is Generator Z podcast, Love City Central, and you guys are can you say your name out loud. Say it proud.
We're the Detroit Creativity Project, and individually we are
Faye Jones.
Drew Jordan.
and Quentin Hicks.
All right, nice. All right, so that's it.